Okay, Julie. So fix the scores, and I think you've made the changes. Many of the changes already. So I figured this out. So every component has a name on it. So this is component M4, and that's component M9, and the last one is all the way up here at 24. And then on this page, there are I added another table in, and the traits. The trait, ability, skill, behavior, relationship, and process. Originally, there were three of them. Now there are six. So I had to go in and fix those calculations. So let me show you where those are done. All of the calculations are done on this graph component down here at the bottom. The students do not see the graph component because it is hidden. Let me show you what I mean by that. So this statement right here at the top, hidden is true, which means the kids will never see that. And then what I've done is, let me come back to this in a second. I'll come back to the rest of this. And then this graph is where I do most of my calculations. So what I did is I defined these numbers, S sub 1, S sub 2, S sub 3, all the way down to S24. And then what I did is I made, like trait was S1 plus S7 plus 13 plus 19. And ability were these four added together. Skill were these four. Behavior, relationships, and I forget what the P is already. So what I'm going to do is I pass these values for S19 and S18. I pass those to the graph. The graph does the calculation, and then I put them into the table. And so I'll explain it to you, and then you can always just fast forward through this if you want to. So in the computation layer, let me zoom in a little bit on this. So this is, that's number S1, and S1 is the score on question 1. So when question 1, the first thing is selected, it's worth 1 point. When the second thing is selected, it's worth 2 points, then 3 points, then 4 points, and otherwise it's going to be worth 5 points. And I do that on every single question. It's just a lot of copying and pasting and changing some of these numbers. So if I scroll down to the question number 20, that's number S sub 20. And when on question 20, when the first thing is selected, it's 1 point. When the second thing is selected, it's 2 points. Third thing is selected, 3. Fourth thing is selected is 4. And so this is how I put those numbers into the graph. And then the graph does the calculations. And so what I do next is I go to the table. And so there are two tables. And if I click on the little green computation layer, this is what you would think it would do. It's going to only allow one row and no more, so kids can't add rows. And cell content, this is row 1, column 1, row 1, column 2, row 1, column 3. And what I'm getting is from the graph, I'm getting the number T, which is for a trait. Or from the graph, I'm getting the number A, which was ability. And these other things, these quotes and the dollar signs, are how you need to treat it, because cell content only takes text, if you will, and graph.number is a number, and this other stuff, the quotes and the dollar sign and the curly braces at the end and the quotes, turn it into text. And so both tables are like this, exactly the same content. It's just I'm getting a different number from the graph. So you asked about how to change it, and that's how. And maybe if I'm out there at Indian Hill one more time, we can kind of work on this and do a little bit more of the computation layer. But in the meantime, if you need changes to something like this, just let me know and I'll make the changes for you.